This is Dan Farisi, Group Editor, Commercial and Security with Emerald. So happy to be joined today by Richard Hill, who's Director of Sales with SNA Displays. Topic of conversation is, of course, video walls and digital signage, aligning with our video wall and digital signage deep dive, which has been all over our website as of late and was in our April issue of CI plus SSI. SNA Displays is, of course, a recognized leader in the DVLED category, a real growth category. So we wanted to invite Richard on to share some of the insights that he has, some of the trends that he has seen that are making him excited about the continuing opportunity in this category. Thank you so much, Richard, for joining me today.
Thank you, Dan. Pleasure to be here, joining you from the Atlanta SNA showroom.
And that showroom is something to look at. I'm glad you were able to use that as your backdrop. Very, very cool. So why don't we get right into it? Share some of the key points that you're seeing in the DV LED world right now. For example, the power of immersion, the high impact storytelling potential. What is making this such a high growth area and has so much more potential still to come?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. When we first started talking about doing this, a lot of the questions that you were asking me about align perfectly with one of my areas of focus here at SNA, which is the museums and cultural spaces and immersive applications. So we're seeing a lot of activity in that space right now. Of course, there are so many unique things that you can do with direct view LED technology that's different from other displays. Architecturally integrating them into spaces that don't conform to rectangles or 16:9 aspect ratios is a major trend that we're seeing right now. The interactivity capabilities of these displays and how you can keep visitors engaged with an experience that changes over time and is somewhat repeatable in a sense, but also retains them for coming back for more visits for different experiences each time.
Absolutely. Do you want to talk about some of the projects that might exemplify the wonder and the power of DVLED technology, particularly in the terms of museums, heritage centers, places that really can leverage the benefits that you all can deliver?
Absolutely. Let's talk about one that just had its grand opening last month. We were fortunate to be a part of the San Antonio World Heritage Center, and the exhibit designers for that project had some unique visions for how to use LED. The Cultural Center is a tribute to that heritage and part of San Antonio and where that culture comes from. And so a lot has to do with the Spanish missions. And so they used architectural elements from that time period to mask some DV LED displays, such like you're looking into portals into the missions. That's actually the name of the exhibit, and some nice archways and curve shapes and unique designs that are backfilled with LED video. The designers and content creators also did a beautiful job to produce video that is very time period accurate. And so looking at it all holistically, it's very, it transports you to that area and that time period and teaches an important historical lesson as well.
What it's all about, right? I mean, it's not technology for technology's sake. It really adds to the experience. It enriches the experience. It adds texture and nuance and interactivity and engagement to the experience. And that's what it's all about.
Absolutely, for sure. There's another one that I'll comment on now that's also in progress. It'll open later this year, but it is a heritage center for one of the 50 states here in the U.S., and they are doing some unique applications with video. There's a portion of the museum that is dedicated to the mining industry of that particular state and everything that was involved in the mining industry. And there are some fissures, cracks in the earth essentially that are back illuminated by direct view LED, and they open up into like gash shapes on the wall to show really transport you into what it might have been like down there in the mines. There's even a portion of the display where the visitor steps into an actual mine car that goes simulated down into a mine shaft where you're surrounded by LED video and audio and motion and everything else to really put you into that sense of what those workers might have felt like there.
I would love to check that out myself, quite honestly. I think you said it's not quite open yet, but when it does, maybe I'm gonna have to find my way to check that out because it sounds truly experiential and a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Our partners that we work with on these are true visionaries, from the exhibit designers to the content creators to the integration companies that work together to make all this work seamlessly. So when it finally comes together, it's something we're very proud of.
Do you want to talk a little bit, Richard, about SNA Displays and its unique strength as a DVLED provider in the museum category? Are there features, benefits, positive differentiators that make you the right choice, that make SNA Displays the right choice to really enrich a museum experience?
Absolutely, yeah. Well, it all starts with the quality of the product. Obviously, um, these museums have budgets that require them to invest in technology that's going to give them a return on investment over a long period of time. All of our products are designed to fulfill that need. They're designed with longevity, the brightness that's necessary. Many of our products have special features to allow them to operate in high traffic areas without having to worry about potential damage. So we offer up all those solutions on the front side of things. When it comes to the integration process, we have a system solutions team that plugs in seamlessly with our integration partners and helps them make sure that the whole ecosystem of the project is going to work as planned. Our project management team is also very technically adept at making sure, from a structural and architectural and an engineering standpoint, that everything is going to go properly with the stakeholders. And then a lot of the advantages that we have post installation come in the form of monitoring and checking system health and understanding how the system is working after it's been installed, and notifying the users and the operators ahead of a crisis situation so they know how to properly take care and maintain these displays over long periods of time.
That's critical because this is an investment that you're going to want to benefit from for years into the future. So it's not just about project closeout, it's about day two, day three, day 500, day 1000, right?
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much, Richard. I really do appreciate you taking some time to join me today, share some insights on DVLED and SNA Display's leadership in the category, particularly as it relates to museums, cultural centers, and other kinds of spaces.
Absolutely, Dan. Thank you. We will be at the American Alliance of Museums show in Los Angeles next week. So if any of our partners are there, please reach out and say hello, and let's talk about something exciting to do together.
Sounds good. Thank you again so much, Richard Hill, Director of Sales, SNA Displays, for joining me today. My name is Dan Farisi, Group Editor, Commercial and Security with Emerald. If you have not checked out our video wall and digital signage deep dive yet, do check it out in our April print issue. A lot of great content in there, including a thought leadership sidebar from SNA Displays. Thank you again for tuning in, and we'll see you back here on commercialintegrator.com real soon.